you're living under a rock, R3 was announced early last year, and all I could understand at the end of the trailer was 2017. Well, I'm about to inform you that's not what that text says. What it really said was 3 recap movies going over the first 2 seasons of Code Geass, which the first one has already released in Japan, but there are notable differences that I'll get into. Now, the last 2 movies are scheduled to release first or second quarter of this year and third and fourth quarter of this year. So we could possibly expect Code Geass R3 by the end of this year. So the notable differences I mentioned earlier, well, they changed some scenes around to obviously, get the point around that this is just a recap movie, we're just going to go over this information fast, but they cut some content people really liked about the original series, and it's making some people mad. Which, why the hell did you remove the Orange Coon scene? Why? Why? Just why? Jeremiah goes apeshit crazy just for the fact that Lelouch calls him orange. Why did you have to remove that? I don't care if you're on a time restraint. That shit's funny as hell. It would make people laugh all over the place, but you fucking removed it. Ow. Removed it, and that bang was frustration in the fact that you removed it. Like, what the hell? Another scene that was changed is Detard shoots Valletta and not Shirley, so this generally means that Shirley's story won't be expanded upon in these recap movies. Does this mean that it will be changed in R3? We'll have to wait and see. For time's sake, I can kind of see why they cut it, but it's still, for people who've watched the series in the original entirety, it kind of is a downer that it's not in the recap movies. It's just shitty. Now, I guess in R3 her story is obviously irrelevant because that's the past. I mean, if they do bring that back up in R3, that will be interesting, but if they don't bring it up and they're not planning to, I could kind of see why they cut it. But for new people that want to get the series or are hyped for R3, why would you not include that in the movie? It would make so much more sense, so, stupid. Which brings us to another character that they cut, which is Mao. Mao was cut because time restraints, I guess, within the movie. So CC's backstory is not expanded upon, then what you get, which, fantastic. Good job, Sunrise. Though nobody really liked Mao, it was still interesting to see CC's, backstory to previous Geass users to see, oh shit, she really made someone, crazy. And it's also amazing to see when he dies, because he's so fucking crazy trying to kill Lelouch. The madness finally ends when, he dies, and why the fuck was that cut? It should not have been cut. What the fuck, Sunrise? So those are the main points I wanted to cover that were cut from the recap movies, which is interesting to see, because some of those scenes are pretty important. The story of Code Geass and Lelouch's story that was cut, and I'm hoping this doesn't mean that this is changed for R3, since this is a 10-year plus anime. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they incorporated these changes, but it's a real slap to the face to the people who've actually watched the anime and are just now wow, why are these changes a thing? So I'm hoping these changes aren't a thing. I'm gonna leave a link in the description to all the changes that were made in the first recap movie, so that you're more into the know of, what was actually cut and stuff, because some of the stuff may have mattered to you. So, with that, I'm just hoping that they don't incorporate these fucking changes, and just hopefully they don't. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. And don't forget to like the video if you liked it, if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing. I play Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Persona. So if you're interested in any of those games, subscribe and we'll have a blast together. Yeah. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.